All right, well, welcome back, everybody. Right now, while we're filming live on Twitch, just under 300 people in here. That's awesome. Thank you guys for being here. This will be on YouTube later, but today we're going to do something which could be kind of interesting, just depending on my situation. Right now, we are going to be doing one of my basic-ass reaction versions of my normal roadie reactions videos, where we just pull up a song and just check it out live on stream. No crazy breakdowns. Although with this one, considering my knowledge with the band, I might, depending on what we see on screen. We're going to be checking out the latest from Powerwolf. They just recently released a new single called No Prayer at Midnight. And this is going to be part of their album that's coming out in April called Interludium. Now, this album is going to be very interesting because it does have new songs on it. We have heard some of them. We've heard Sainted by the Storm. We've heard My Will Be Done. But the coolest part about the track listing is that the second disc on this album is all going to be covers of Powerwolf songs from other bands. And the list of bands is actually pretty amazing. I've actually already heard one of them. Night of the Werewolves by Unleash the Archers. Then you're going to have Fire and Forgive by Electric Callboy. Are you kidding me? Dude, I think that one is the one I'm most excited to hear, just because I would never expect to hear Electric Callboy trying to do a power metal band. And then there's a third CD that has orchestra versions of a lot of songs. That's going to be cool. Dude, I haven't heard it yet, full disclosure, but for those of you that are Powerwolf fans, you know how Fire and Forgive starts. Fire and Forgive. That's a way lower register than Attila would sing it. Who's going to do that? Is Nico going to sing that? Is Kevin going to scream that? How's that going to go? Like, I'm so interested in hearing this, dude. There's so many good ones. But that CD's coming out in April. But right now, Powerwolf is doing tour dates in North America. The first leg that was New York City, Montreal, and Worcester already done. Coming up, actually, while this comes out, I believe the day this video releases, the tour is going to be in San Francisco, but they've got Dallas, Denver, San Francisco, LA. Full disclosure for anybody watching this, there might be a little bias to this because most of you know I am guitar teching on this tour. I am guitar teching for Powerwolf. So this reaction might get a little weird because I know they're probably going to see it when it comes out. So I hope this is good and it doesn't suck. Because if I don't like this, we're going to have a really awkward couple days on tour depending on what I say about this. So, all right, we're going to check this out. Powerwolf official music video for No Prayer at Midnight. Let's go. Well, I can already tell we're going to get a wild video. Cool vibe. Why, but there's something about this song that's giving me kind of like an 80s vibe. Does anybody kind of get what I'm saying? especially with like the verses. Maybe it's like the key that they're in or something like that. This is cool. This is a cool vibe. I really like this. You know, normally in these basic ass reactions, we don't normally talk about gear, but I guess I could really quick because I've been working on it and kind of be cool to tell you guys about it. But both guitar players, Matthew and Charles, are endorsed artists of Framus Guitars, a Bavarian company, German guitar maker. And their guitars are so cool and unique, man. Like the first time I got my hands on them, I was, you know, I've seen them on videos and stuff like that, but I'd never known anything about them. They're Flying V styles, and they're incredibly light. I was blown away the first time I ever worked on one. I expected it to be just solid and heavy, really light guitars. But the design on them is great, man. Like on the inlays on the side of the neck of the guitar, there's a switch on the guitar that lights them up. So when it's dark on stage, they can see where their fret placement is and stuff like that. Super cool. Fishman Fluence pickups in it, single pickups in each guitar, and Evertune bridges, which are absolutely amazing. This is my first time like really spending time with Evertune bridges. And I will admit it took me a second to get used to some of it. Because the theory behind Evertune is that once you get the Evertune bridge in place, it holds the string tension so you never have to like retune. And I can attest to that because we've gotten through some of these sets, 18 songs on this tour, and we've never changed guitars or I've never had to tune one. It works that well. It's insane. But with Evertunes, there are different setups. If you just set up an Evertune standard, it gets the spring tension perfect. So even if you bend your string, it stays in tune. But you can also set it up so you can do bends, and that's a little more difficult. So Charles actually doesn't like bends on his guitar, so his guitars are super easy to work on. And then Matthew does like a little bend on his top strings because he's doing a lot of leads and stuff like that. So that takes a little more fine tuning, but they're very great products. Like I'm honestly, as a tech, I'm like absolutely blown away. And we always joke that Powerwolf doesn't have a bass player, but the truth is Charles is their bass player. He's a bass player in the studio, but when they play live, he plays rhythm guitar. So Powerwolf does have a bass player. He just decides to play rhythm guitar while they're playing live. So it's kind of cool. It makes sense. Like I've talked to bands about that. Like, you know, they've said in interviews, they didn't even say this to me. It's like the vibe with their band is so good. It's like, why ruin that vibe that they already have by adding another band member? And I totally get that, you know? So this is rad so far. I like the vibe of this. I like the chorus too. Let's keep going. I like this look of them in this video too. It's different from their normal look. I love the vibe of this song. dude, this is, well, we're not going to have an awkward moment because I really liked this. This is solid, man. Oh, a VD Pictures music video. Solid. I really like the vibe of this because it, hold on, MNC just said Tank's very careful to not say I love this song, kind of sus. All right. Let me be honest. I really like this song. I love Sainted by the Storm. I really like this song. I'm not going to use the word love yet. I'm going to be honest here. There's something about the vibe of this that just doesn't seem like all of their other stuff. I don't know how to accurately explain that, but I guess after hearing their set, on the last run of the tour, it's like this just has a slightly different vibe. I think it might be just the key of the song, to be honest. It sounds more upbeat. Like it's like, yeah, it felt almost like a dance song. It's like majors instead of minors, So I think it's really cool. And I think this would make a really good song in a set, especially with the way that they interact with the crowd and they get the crowd going. Like, as Flinky said in chat, you're going to get that massive crowd callback, and that's really cool. I think this is a great release. Good music video, good song. I actually hope they add this into the set list in the next run. It might be too new of a song that they might not. I don't know, but I mean, I do have a couple funny stories though. Like, I know you guys like to come here for the stories and stuff, so I'll give you a couple things really quick about this tour. Like when we started, the first night we got to New York City, I met up with some of the crew guys. Like they texted me and they're like, hey, we're at the hotel bar. Why don't you come down and meet everybody and stuff like that? Yeah, I met everybody and started talking to everybody. And one of them like, shook my hand and he's like, hey man, it's good to have you out here. He's like, I love your YouTube videos. And I was like, well, cool. I'm out here to be a guitar tech, but cool. And I had like a 15-minute conversation with this guy and everybody was really nice. And I talked to the rest of the crew and I went back to my room and, the next day at sound check, the band comes to the stage and I realized, oh, that guy that I was talking to at the bar last night that I thought was one of their crew guys was actually Falk, their keyboard player. And I realized in that moment, damn, I don't know what any of these guys look like without their makeup and costumes on. So when the guitar players came to the stage, Matthew and Charles, I actually had to be the idiot that was like, okay, which one of you is Matthew and which one of you is Charles? And then they look so much alike that I had to notice the subtle differences. Like when they're in makeup, they do look alike if you haven't spent a lot of time around them. So I had to have these subtle differences where okay, Charles is taller and he has a goatee. Matthew does not. So like for the first day of the tour, honestly, I was like having to like try and remember which one was which because I just haven't spent time around them. But now it's, no problem after that first run. But great guys, man. If they're seeing this later while we're in tour, great people. They're the best. Fantastisch. But it's super impressive, man. I mean, the time that they put into their show and the thought that they put into their show is just amazing. I've never really seen another band like it. I think it's a European thing. You get American bands that are just wearing t-shirts and jeans and get on stage and just rock. European bands, like, there's more like theater and art into it. And that's what I love about the Powerwolf show too. Like 2 hours before every show, I stupidly thought that maybe they had like a wardrobe assistant and a makeup artist out with them that does all of their stuff. No, they do all of it 2 hours before the show. They've got their routine. They've got their ritual that like they all get together in the dressing room and they get all their makeup and their costumes. And it's just wild how much goes into it. And shout out honestly to their crew. I love working with the German crew, dude. Nobody bitches. Nobody complains about anything. Americans complain about their work all the time. We'd walk into a venue and somebody on our crew would start complaining. Oh, it's cold in here. Oh, the food's not good. Oh, there's not enough dressing rooms. These guys don't complain about anything. They just work and that's it. Like, seriously, it was a pleasure to do that first run with their crew. I can't say enough about their crew. They're fantastic people, man. And then hearing the count in the in-ears every night, counting the songs, going 1, 2, 3, 4. It made me so happy. I should have expected that it was going to be German count-ins for the songs, but I don't know why. The first time I heard it at soundcheck, I was like, I can't hear 1, 2 without in my head immediately just going Polizei or hearing 3, 4, Grenadier. It just doesn't like. So every time we start a song in my head, I hear 1, 2, and I'm like, Polizei. It's a blast, man. And then after this is done, I got a few months to prep for the other Germans to come over here and hear that. But anyways, guys, thank you for being here for this one. This video is probably going to be longer than my normal ones. We're doing some shenanigans and stuff here. But for anybody that's watching this on YouTube later, thank you. And if you would like to join us on Twitch, you can go to twitch.tv/TankTheTech. We do stuff like this often. And I just stream and talk about music and shenanigans. And I'll probably be doing this while I'm on tour. So, but seriously, guys that are in chat, everybody that's watching later, thank you for taking the time to watch. I love you guys. This is a blast. If you want to keep up with me on social media, my handle on almost everything is @TankTheTech. I'm most active on Instagram, off of YouTube and Twitch, and I'll post pictures from tour there. So if you want to keep along, go for it. But until next time, wherever you are in the world, be safe, be kind to each other. This was another basic ass reaction.